Yeah, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Well, your heart is a sun and it shines as it opens.
Yeah, your bones are the earth and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth with a mountain.
Yeah, your bones are the earth and they sing with the mountains.
Well, your bones are the earth and they sing with the mountains.
Welcome back to Indoors with the Morgans. Well, at least for now. Here in a little bit, we'll be back outside doing some things. But I've been spending some time inside today doing some framing. We'll go over that in just a bit. But it has been a miserable day today. Rained most of the day, about 40 degrees. But I think it's just about over, which is a good thing, because I have a few things outside I want to take care of before it gets dark. And I'm also hearing some rumors. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but possibly a significant winter storm next week, right before Thanksgiving. So we'll see how that shakes out. But in today's video, we're going to talk about some things inside the building here, the framing. We're going to talk about the heat source, and I have a few questions for you guys as well. As you know, I put radiant floor heat in here, but I never talked about what type of boiler I'm going to use to heat it. So we're going to go over that and probably take care of some leaves and split some wood and maybe some more framing, and we'll just see what all we get into. So right here, we're standing where the game room will turn into the garage. In the game room, I have my studs running vertically. In the garage, they're running horizontally. And the reason is, over here in the game room, I'm going to be using white pine, tongue and groove, and it'll be run horizontally. And that'll be from about 3 feet up to the ceiling. And by the way, these walls are about 11.5 feet tall. So down here at the bottom, I'll probably have some type of wainscoting, possibly even tin or something just to kind of break it up a little bit. And then over here in the garage area, I'll be running my boards vertically. I may use tongue and groove white pine, or I may even use some of my own red pine. That was the plan initially, but I mean, it's going to take a lot to get all the way around here. I've got a lot of framing to do on this side of the building, and the way I'm doing it, taking a little bit longer than it should. I mean, I'm no framer. I'm more of a dirt mover and a wood cutter, but it's coming out nice. It's just a little slower than I'd like. The easiest way to do this would be just nail those 2x4s right to these posts. But if you do that and they're sitting this way, you get like a lot of spring to it. And I just wanted to keep everything flush with these posts. So I decided to put these in on 16-inch centers. And I mean, it's working out really good, and I'm getting faster as I go. But like I said, I'm no framer, but it's not rocket science, but guys that do this every day would do it 10 times faster than I am. But I'll get quicker as I go. And you learn little tricks as you go, little things just to make things easier and better. Like what I've been doing now, I'll put clamps on here, right where my marks are. Tap my board in. I like everything nice and tight. And then what I'm doing, I'm using a 3-inch screw this way, right, at both ends. And then I come in with my nailer, like this way and this way. What I was finding when I was using that nailer going in here, it's always wanting to just pull it in just a little bit, which really isn't going to hurt anything. I know that. But doing it the way I'm doing it, it's keeping it nice and flush, super tight. I mean, these things aren't going anywhere. There is no spring in these at all. So I just came outside, and Levi's finishing up this hole here. Actually, I think he's good. And it was funny because I was just reading some comments asking why I did not dig this with the excavator. A lot of people were asking that. Now, I could put the 18-inch bucket on here, but I'm telling you, this isn't as big as it looks, this area right here. It's only about 3 feet wide. I know the bucket's 18 inches, but you'd have to dig this way right here, and you just don't have a lot of room. You know, you're getting real close to this concrete. See how it gets real narrow right here? You don't have a lot of room. And the other reason I didn't want to do that, the hole would have to be a lot bigger this way, right? And we're in some really, really good solid rock. Levi will testify to that.
Oh, yeah. definitely solid, and I can tell you this is a small area, especially when it's this deep. That's it's real narrow.
Yeah.
And it's deep. It wouldn't work out.
But it's a huge flagpole, and I just didn't want to dig all this out and then try to like form something up and get real good compaction around it. This is just, in my opinion, first big flagpole I ever set. This is way better the way I'm doing it. I mean, you picture this thing is in that ground, concrete all around it. It's not going anywhere. I didn't want to have disturbed soil on both sides of it or anything like that. So that's why we're doing it this way. And plus, Levi's a lot younger than I am, so
it works.
It works.
And Ty loves helping.
Ty loves helping. Yeah, we got to watch. You could lose him in that hole now.
Two of him in there.
I know. But yeah, that's going to work out good. And the other thing, when I'm going to set this, I'm not sure yet, because I need about 1 yard of concrete, okay? And I talked to Tom from Concrete with the Hosses. We may try to work something out when he's pouring in the area. I don't know if that'll work out or not, because it's about $400 to get 1 yard delivered. And I asked Tom, I'm like, it's like 45 bags. You know, maybe I should just get bags of concrete. He did not recommend that. He said it wouldn't be near as strong as if we just get it out of a truck, which makes sense, because the time you're mixing it up, you know, bag after bag, or even if you do 3 at a time. So what I did, talked to Tom, and I'm also going to call the concrete company, Thrower Concrete. They got trucks running all over the place, and I know Jeff, the owner, I'll just get him to, you know, load one a yard heavy. When someone needs 5 yards, put 6 on it, they can stop here on their way back by. So it's all going to be about the timing on when we get this done. So I hope that answers the question why Levi dug this giant hole here in the ground. All right, we're back inside. Now we're going to talk about the heat source for the building, or I should say heat sources, because I'm going to have a couple of them. These are the manifolds for the radiant floor heat. I've got 5 zones over in the game room end, 5 zones over in the garage. Now, a lot of people have been asking what type of boiler I'm going to use to heat this. It's actually going to be a little propane boiler. It's going to sit right up here on the wall. It'll run both the floor heat and my hot water needs for inside the building. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of comments from people saying I should put in an outdoor wood boiler outside, especially considering all the firewood that we cut. And that would be a great idea. It would work great in this building, but hear me out. We're not going to be over here all the time, and I don't need to keep this building at 70 degrees all the time, especially the shop right now. It's probably about 45 degrees in here right now, and in the shop over there, I'm probably going to keep it right around 55 at the most. Over here in the game room, maybe a little bit warmer. I'm not going to use much propane at all, just to keep this side of the building a little bit warmer. And I'm going to put a wood burner inside the game room here for when we're over here. And that is my question to you guys. What do you recommend for a nice wood stove with a glass door? I'll show you what I'm looking at right now, and give me your opinion in the comments. So I have been looking at these Regency stoves. My buddy, he installs these. They clean chimneys. This company's called Black Knight Chimney Service, but they do all kind of heating and cooling and all that stuff. But he has a couple of these, one in his shop and one in his house, I think. Plus he has an outdoor boiler as well. But let me know if any of you guys have these Regencies and what you think of them, or let me know what you guys would recommend. So like I said, we're in the game room right now. This is about the center of it. It's going to be about 28 feet this way, 40 feet this way. The stove is going to be somewhere over here. We're going to have like a sitting area over here. Over at this end will be more of a, we'll have a pool table over there, some gym equipment, things like that. This side of the building we'll want to keep a little bit warmer. So this is the side that the wood stove will go. We'll keep the building probably right around 55, 60 degrees with the radiant floor heat. And, we can always turn it up on this side if we don't want to start a fire. But I definitely want a wood burner on this side of the building, especially for power outages and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to get back to framing. I think that answers a few questions. And let me know in the comments what type of wood stove. I want one with a glass door for sure, for over on this side of the building. This part of the building right here would be right around 1,200 square feet. But like I said, we're going to have radiant floor heat as well. It'll be a secondary source of heat and we'll have to tweak everything as we go, but I think it should work out pretty good. The outdoor wood boiler would be great. And another thing to think about, as much as we get for firewood around here, I can buy a lot of propane for that amount as well. And I'm also concerned with the outdoor boiler if we were to leave and we're not around to feed the fire if we go on trips or something like that. So I didn't want to deal with that. So that's the reason I'm not going with an outdoor boiler. So let me know in the comments your suggestions on a stove. And also let me know how you guys are doing. You know, how are things in your world? I like hearing that. So I think that's about it for today's video. And like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe, and share them with your friends. Thanks.